Rich.
Great with his words.
Probably be fashionable.
He has to be at least this much taller than me.
Has to make me laugh.
He has to have blue eyes and smell really nice.
Handsome. He has to be athletic, so he's a nice tight butt. Has a six-pack.
And romantic, definitely.
Cannot have commitment issues, but isn't clingy either.
His breasts cannot be bigger than mine.
And he can't be more than 5 years older or 1 year younger.
Has to be able to save me from bugs.
And loves animals. And oh my god, he has to be musical. The modern woman is hard-pressed to find the right man for a committed long-term relationship. This idea is scattered throughout Western culture, with numerous articles being written on the topic and movies that toy with the idea. But are men really the ones to blame, or does the modern woman simply set her standards too high? From an early age, girls have been raised to want unrealistic male partners. Disney movies, for example, reinforce the view of the perfect man as being unobtainably virtuous. He rescues a damsel even if it involves simply opening her eyes to the bigger picture. After overcoming one big setback, the couple lives happily ever after, often knowing each other for only a matter of days. These ideas then evolve into popular young adult fiction. Television shows, movies, and novels centered on the high-school romantic dramas such as Gilmore Girls, Twilight, and Gossip Girl. The obstacles are bigger and the people are more flawed, but they still have a happy ending and the virtues outweigh the vices. Once adulthood rolls around, women are sensitized to men who fit the Prince Charming mold. However, when we look at men, or people in general, there are few who tick all the boxes.
If you had to pick a gender, who do you reckon had the highest standard?
Probably women.
Men.
Men?
Easy.
Alright.
Women.
Men, I think. Probably the same.
Girls do definitely have high standards.
Yeah, women for sure.
Women.
Women.
You see a lot of bogans around the place, men are just like, yee, you know?
We're joined here today by Kylie Phillips. Kylie has over half a decade of experience in marital communications and relationship counselling. So, Kylie, who do you think has higher standards, men or women?
I think it really depends on the individual. I mean, there are men out there who are, well, wouldn't really even scrape up to the very, very bottom end of most women's standards, but there are, of course, women whose standards are set far too high, unrealistically high.
Is it healthy for people to hold these high standards when looking for a partner?
I think some standards are important when you're looking for a partner, if not just because you want to have something in common with that partner, then at least to weed out those people who would be completely unsuitable for you. However, I think it is dangerous for people to have their standards set too high, because the chances of finding somebody who fulfills all of those very highly set criteria is minimal. The key component in any partnership is compromise, after all.
Do you think media is to blame for women's high standards?
I think the media definitely contributes to forming those high standards, but there are other contributors, other contributing factors such as parents and past experiences, past relationships, environment, social situation, all these sorts of things. All of these factors combine to really form an environment really in which women are encouraged to develop high standards.
In the course of this documentary, we have established that women are in fact the gender that holds the highest standards when looking for a partner. With Kylie Phillips' help, we explored that both sexes are to blame when it comes to standards. To prevent women from ending up alone, women should cease setting unrealistic high standards. However, they mustn't give up their standards completely. Like Kylie says, relationships are all about compromise and finding someone that you are willing to compromise for.